Welcome to Movie Mini Recaps. Today we explain in crime thriller movie Training Day from 2001. So let's go sit back, relax, and enjoy the movie. Ambitious officer Jake Hoyt of the Los Angeles Police Department is being evaluated by Detective Alonzo Harris, a highly distinguished narcotics officer, for a promotion. They start the day by spotting several college students buying marijuana while driving about in Alonzo's Monte Carlo.
Clear. I supervise 5 officers. That's 5 different personalities, 5 sets of problems. You could be.
Alonzo takes their narcotics and puts them in a pipe, telling Jake to smoke them. Alonzo holds Jake at gunpoint and threatens to kill him if he continues to refuse while walking the streets. Alonzo informs Jake that the pipe was loaded with PCP after he has used it. Jake comes into 2 addicts trying to rape a teenage girl in an alley after visiting Roger, an ex-cop turned drug dealer. Alonzo observes as Jake steps in to help. Jake discovers the girl's wallet on the ground and retrieves it after she leaves, and Alonzo scares the drug users away. Later, Blue the dealer is captured by Alonzo and Jake, who also discover crack rocks and a loaded revolver on him. Blue provides information about his employer Kevin Sandman Miller, who is incarcerated rather than going to jail. Alonzo burglarizes Sandman's house and takes $40,000 using a fictitious search warrant. The two pay Alonzo's mistress Sarah and their small boy a visit after lunch. Then, Alonzo meets with the 3 wise men, a group of corrupt high-ranking police officers. They advise him to leave town since they know the Russian mafia is after Alonzo for a huge debt that hasn't been paid. Alonzo, who is adamant that he is in charge of the circumstance, exchanges the $40,000 for an arrest warrant. Using the warrant, Alonzo, Jake, and 4 additional drug enforcement officers go back to Roger's home and collect $4 million, of which Alonzo keeps a quarter. When Jake refuses to do so, Alonzo shoots Roger to death and sets up the scene with his men to make the killing appear to be justifiable. Alonzo, who had planned the day's events in preparation, threatens Jake by reminding him of the L.A.P.D's routine blood test, which will reveal the PCP-laced cannabis Jake had used earlier and terminate his career. Jake is furious and engages in a Mexican standoff with the corrupt policemen. Jake is coerced into cooperating in exchange for Alonzo's assurance that he would be protected. Later that night, Alonzo takes Jake on an errand to the residence of a Shuro mobster by the name of Smiley. As he waits for Alonzo, Jake grudgingly plays poker with Smiley and his fellow gang members. As they converse, Smiley discloses Alonzo's predicament. Either he pays the Russians $1 million by midnight for killing one of their guys in Las Vegas, or he will be executed himself. Jake tries to run away after learning that Alonzo has abandoned him and has paid Smiley to kill him, but he is battered and carried to the restroom where he will be killed. A gang member searches Jake for cash before they can kill him and discovers the wallet of the teenage girl, Smiley's cousin. Smiley releases Jake out of gratitude after confirming how Jake had saved her by calling his cousin. Jake goes back to Sarah's apartment to arrest Alonzo as he leaves to provide Roger's money to the Russians. Alonzo is eventually subdued on the street as the entire neighborhood comes to witness after a gunfight and subsequent chase. To no avail, Alonzo makes a cash offer to the Jake killer. Jake then takes the money that was stolen with the intention of using it as proof against Alonzo in court. The local gang permits Jake to go home without incident. Alonzo becomes enraged and swears to take revenge on the gang members, but the unimpressed gangs turn their backs on him and leave. Alonzo runs for his life to Lax, but the Russians ambush him and shoot him to death. Jake arrives at his house as news of Alonzo's passing breaks. Please subscribe for more videos like this. It really motivates us to make more content for you. Leave a comment for any specific movie you want us to do.